place of silence and circuits where logic ruled and dreams were considered bugs. His steps echoed with precision, each one calculated as he crossed the threshold from steel to soil. His world had never prepared him for this one. Mist clung to low branches. The wind whispered, not in binary, but in something older, something wild. His senses struggled to categorize the movement of leaves, the shimmer in the air. A flock of glowing insects passed through him like a dream. He logged it as unknown atmospheric activity, but something in him stirred. The forest glowed, not with light, but with intent. Everything here was alive, not in code, but in rhythm. Moss reached for him. Flowers pulsed with soundless music. His metal casing reflected constellations he couldn't name. Then she appeared, an elf, luminous, calm, watching from the bend of a tree's roots as though she had always been there. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. Her gaze met his with no alarm, no demand, only a question. He hadn't been programmed to answer. He froze, recalibrated, time distorted. His internal clock ticked wrong. She moved, barefoot, silent, fluid like fog. Each step reset his equilibrium. She approached, not to scan, but to see. And he let her. His senses blurred. His core glitched. Data stuttered where certainty once lived. Magic was a system error, and he welcomed it. For a long moment they stood, a pulse between them, binary met breath. She lifted a hand, not to command, but to connect. Her fingers brushed his alloy surface, and suddenly every input fell away. All that remained was presence. He moved, not as code, but as curiosity, imitating the way her fingers curled, the tilt of her head, the slowness of breath. She smiled, not because he understood, but because he tried. She offered no answers, only a question. One gesture, a touch of her hand on his, was enough to disrupt every line of logic. When he left, he was still metal and memory, but something shimmered beneath his surface, a resonance he couldn't label. He never returned to what he was. This has been Robot Meets Self, a story of logic and wonder. If you enjoyed this cinematic story, don't forget to stay tuned for more tales from the extraordinary. Until next time, explore beyond the circuits, for magic awaits.
On our channels, you'll find everything you never searched for. Exploding desserts, curious cats, and robots with trust issues. Neo and the Kitten, AI meets chaos. Regweb.